Peace, love, and light, family. Peace, love, and light. And welcome back to Mamas with Milah. Welcome back. Thank you so much for taking this moment to spend with me. But most importantly, thank you for dedicating these next few moments to your overall health and wellness. Now, we are on episode 10. Today is Wednesday. It is a rest day. However, we are practicing what? Discipline, yes, but what else? What's that C word that we are practicing? Yes, you got it. Consistency. So I promise you that I will show up Monday through Thursday every morning at 8 a.m. and I'm going to be here, okay? So in order to stay consistent, the rest day video had to be done. And as I promised, we were going to talk a little bit about nutrition and weight loss. Let me put this disclaimer out there. I am no expert. I'm not a nutritionist. None of that. I'm only speaking to you from the research that I have found on Google and books and otherwise, and I'm sharing with you all that knowledge. You know, this is knowledge that I have applied and that has actually worked in my life. So again, I'm here to share that with you all. All right, so the first thing that I wanted to touch on, and I promise you this will not be a long video, was, like I said, your body has to be healthy in order to lose weight. And I know most of us are conditioned to think, I gotta lose weight to be healthy. I gotta get smaller to be healthier. That's not true. There are some plus size women and men who are fairly healthy as far as their internal, organs and their health, their all those, your panel levels. They have some good results. There are some people who are really skinny who have very poor results, poor functioning liver, etc., right? So what I've learned, one of the key factors in getting your body healthy is your insulin levels, okay? And the main thing with this is when you have increased insulin levels or increased blood sugar in your bloodstream, your body is going to basically be signaled to store it as fat. Now, some of that insulin is going to be stored in your liver and your muscles, right? But once those areas fill up, it's going to transfer to fat and be stored fat in our body, right? Because we need an energy source. And so that's how that works. So if your insulin is out of whack, as I said in the previous video, one way that you can tell that is you can look at your belly, right? When you have a big belly, it's typically it's visceral fat, and visceral fat is a very like a dangerous type of fat because it attacks your organs, right? And it stays in the wrong place, and it makes our, I won't say attack. Well, it does attack because it makes our organs fatty. Like you have a fatty liver and other organs, right? And that's not good. We don't want fat around those areas. We definitely don't. And we know too much fat stored around the midsection is just not good, right? So that's number one. You want to get your insulin levels in order. That may require you to go see a physician, to go see a naturopath, to go see somebody other than just me or taking my word for it, to get a panel to see where you are in that regard, especially if you're storing weight in your midsection. So that's a big factor in what I meant by getting healthy first. You have to make sure those things are in order, because if your insulin level is out of whack, you're snacking all the time, which is not helping you decrease that insulin level. You're actually increasing it. Then you run into the thing where I'm working out all the time, I'm exercising, I'm doing these moments with Milah, I'm doing these challenges, I'm eating this, I'm doing that, I'm drinking more water, but I'm not losing any weight. Well, that's because, again, your body is in a state of crisis, is unhealthy, and it's thinking that it has to keep all that fat stored for you to have energy to sustain, to live, right? So we want to get healthy first. Some key things that you can do, of course, it's not about dieting. It's not about dieting, right? That's a whole nother video in itself, that word alone. It's about adopting a healthier lifestyle, right? We want to live well. So one of the things that I would say when you do decide to adopt that healthier lifestyle, make sure that it fits you. Don't compare your level 1 with anybody else's level 1. Start where you are. Wherever you start, though, make sure you're being consistent. When you go to the grocery store, it's number 2. Make sure you're reading your labels on your food. There's so much hidden sugar and other things in foods that, it's almost impossible to get healthy because there's just so much that we don't know, or we think that, sometimes, mama used to cook this and mama was fairly healthy, or, grandma lived to be this age and she was fairly healthy. Well, her body might have responded differently to those things than yours did. Grandma had a set of parents, you have another set of parents. You don't know, how that all works out, right? So you just really need to focus on what is going to be best for you. And I'd say go see a doctor first. Go see somebody who can take that blood work and let you know where you need to start, okay? Let's be serious about it. You also want to make sure, as far as those insulin levels, make sure you're getting enough fiber in your diet. That could be something as simple as adding beans or, healthy nuts to your salads, things like that. Vegetables, loading up on your vegetables, a lot of fibers there. Those things are very, very important. And you also want to make sure that you're taking in enough healthy fats so that your body is like, okay, I can release these bad fats. I can get that out. Your healthy fats, like cooking with extra virgin olive oil, using that in your salads, things like that, right? What else? Avocado. If y'all know me, you know I love avocado. That is, woo! That's it. That is the healthy fat for me right there. Nuts too, those are healthy fats. But, half an avocado 2-3 times a week. Sometimes you might, have a little less in your smoothies because you are trying to lose weight. So getting that good fat is a good thing because, again, it's going to make your body release some of that visceral fat. That and fiber, to help you do what you got to do, right? So one last thing that I would say, because I didn't want this video to be too long, is accountability. One way to make sure that you're really accountable, there's an app that I have used for over a year, and if you'd like to know what that is, I've shared it before, but leave a comment down below and let me know. Let me know if you've tried something else and it worked better for you. DM me on Instagram. I don't mind. I do respond. I sometimes slack on the email. I will not lie. I've been approached by people saying, hey, I've emailed you, woman, and I ain't heard nothing. So DM me on Instagram. I check that a little bit more than the email. So my apologies. But if you tell me on Instagram that you email me, I got you. All that good stuff, right? So there's an app that I have used, and you can use any app. I don't want to plug them necessarily. But you can use any app that allows you to track your macronutrients. That's your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Once you put in your goal, like you put in what your weight is now, where you want to go, these apps, and most of them are free, they'll help you, identify, I should have, this much protein each day to reach that goal, under this many carbs, under this many grams of fat a day. So, and it really helps. And when I tell you I am faithful with that, I annoy my children to no end sometimes because I'm in the store, I'm reading things and I'm scanning. If I don't find the food, I'm scanning it because I really want to know what I'm consuming in my body. The last thing that I want to touch on is eating mindfully. Now, we all love to snack, I know that, but again, snacking too much increases your insulin level. And insulin level does what? I know you know. Okay, just making sure you were following me, right? Because you got to follow me. So, yeah, what was I going to say? Mindful eating. So try not to eat too much when you're watching the television unless you have pre-portioned using a food scale or otherwise, or your gram counter or whatever. Be specific. Unless you've done that, or it's something that this is a food that I've eaten a lot. Watermelon doesn't have a lot of calories, things like that, right? Then that's fine. But otherwise, don't eat mindlessly. When you're eating, pay attention to how you chew your food. Enjoy your food. Don't rush through your meals. If you feel like you got to be in a situation where you're scarfing something down, that's probably not a good time to eat. The last thing, truly the last thing, intermittent fasting works amazingly. Why? Because you're eating during a set period of hours, maybe 9 hours where you're eating, and then the other hours you're fasting, right? You're giving your digestive system a chance to work, right? And for me, I try to truly practice not eating meat after like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Sometimes it happens, but I try to be consistent with that because meat takes longer to digest and it's more taxing on our digestive system. All right, if you have any more questions, leave it in the comment section. I'm gonna end here because I did not want this video to be long. But again, let's get healthy first so that we can lose weight and keep it off, because we want to be successful in this health and wellness journey. Thank you so much once again for spending this time with me. I value your time. You are giving me your most valuable currency, and I don't take it for granted. If you remember nothing else, brothers and sisters, nothing, absolutely nothing tastes as good as being healthy feels. Until next time.